do this. This is a big one for us. I love draft talk, so I'm just going to ask you, who are your 5 at 5? And you can rank them, put them in any order you want, but who are your 5 prospects at the 5 spot?
Okay, for number one, I'm gonna start off with the guy I want most. And I don't know if Amin's gonna go at four or if he's gonna be there, regardless or not. I want Jarris the most personally out of anyone at five. I think that's my guy. He's been my guy for a long time. He just fits really well. I actually think he's more. He hasn't shown his full offensive package. I think he was the fourth option at Houston, and that was kind of what Kelvin Sampson wanted him to be. He wasn't to do anything else like he did at IMG when he was a high school prospect. I think he's got more to his game. But yeah, that's my guy, number one, who I want for the
Can I
Pistons.
ask
And
you one thing real quick about Trace Walker?
oh, mhm,
Okay, so I know he's kind of labeled as, he's a good defensive player. Like, I think, he can go up and down pretty much 1 through 5, and I think he'd be able to handle himself. Maybe not a full game guarding guards on the perimeter, but that's not what I'm asking. One
mhm,
thing that I watched from him defensively, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like there were moments where he would let guys get by him so then he could just kind of, because he's good at recovering, and I think he liked pinning guys' shots on the backboard and just blocking them from behind. Did you notice that in his game defensively, where it seemed like he was letting guys beat him off the dribble just so he could quickly recover and show the athleticism? Because I think that's, from what I saw, it felt like that was somewhat of a problem in his game.
yeah, I've actually noticed that too. It was quite evident in the Auburn game that they played. Wendell Green, who was also a hometown kid, he had an isolation opportunity against Jarris and cooked him off the dribble, like got by him, but then Jarris immediately recovered and blocked his shot, and that's happened at least 5, 6 times throughout the season, maybe more. Off the top of my head, it's just I don't know if it's more so him allowing defenders to do that. I think he's it's just those guys hit him with quick moves, and he wasn't able to process that quickly. So then his recovery obviously is great, and then he's able to block the shot. That's definitely could be one aspect of his defensive game that might get when he has guys like obviously Curry or Trey Young.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot harder than when you're playing guys in college. But I don't know. I think he just moves his feet very well for the most part. He's obviously built, so he's there's no player in college that had a hard time had an easy time trying to score against him. So I think he's so versatile on defense. He can guard any position, and offensively, I think he's more than he was at Houston. So he's kind of my guy at five, and then I would go number two. And I know it's not going to please a lot of Pistons fans because I don't know, overtime elite, not a favorite by anyone really, but Amin is the guy I want after. I know the fit might be a little confusing at first, but he's a one of one type of athlete. He's just you can't teach some of the stuff he can do, but also at the same time, his processing and field is a lot more advanced than a lot of projects coming in. So I think he's gonna find himself probably in a couple of months after the start of the season. I think he's gonna take time, but I think he's gonna be a really good talent and really good player eventually. But I don't know if we're in the kind of midst to take another project, but I don't know. That's the guy I want there. And then number three, I would take Hendricks. I just think he fits just kind of like Jarris. Just you play him on defense, he can guard a lot of positions. At the same time, he's gonna hit the 3-point shot whenever he wants him. He's also a lob threat. And then four be Cam Whitmore, and I know that's probably the favorite, but I don't know. I like Cam. I think he's a very talented player. I would be very okay with him at five. I just think some of the defensive stuff, which I know he's not a bad defender. I think he's a solid defender, but he could have been better. And offensively, he could have been more dominant. His processing and playmaking field wasn't great. So I think there's a lot of concerns, but at the same time, he's a fantastic athlete, and he's stuff he can't teach. So those type of players, if they pan out, they're going to be very good. And then I think Asar is probably my last one at five. I don't know. It's just he's not the same type of creator and handler and at least getting to spots like his twin is. I think Amin's more advanced at that stage of his game where I would say Asar is more likely to play more of an off ball kind of role and the kind of hope is he's a 3-and-D type of talent, but his 3-point shooting isn't elite yet, or is not even in a good level. He shot, I think, 29% throughout the year. So I don't know. My 5 would be those guys for now.